smell when you've left your bait wrappers in your bag box for 6 weeks, I think. It's 1 degree. Wind chill is -6. So my bait's not unfreezing. So 6.0 Viking, mustard Viking, and some sort of 5.0 circle hook. Just whip that on lightly for the moment, and I'm gonna whip it on again to stop it from sliding about too much. Just after big fish tonight. Well, actually I'm not, I'm lying. We're after any fish, but big ones will do. I mean, that is, must be about 15 to 20 centimetres long. Go on, through you get. Oh, the water actually smells fishy. But that's a good sign. Back on the beach. Welcome back to this Slippy Limpets video. Welcome back to this Slippy Limpets. Oh, the cold's getting to us already. Welcome back to the channel. It's been about 8 weeks since I've been out on the beach. I wasn't going to fish tonight, but so we had a dive in Northerly Sea and just finished work, so I just got some frozen bait in the freezer. Let's get out on the beach and see if we can go and catch some fish. Don't normally fish with bait in, well, it's 20th or nearly the end of January, but the colour of the water, a bit of sea, and my lure fishing last video didn't go too well, so thought, yeah, why the hell not? So bombed up the A1 at the speed limit. So low tide's about 8:30. Past couple of years anyway, I've had really good luck on the air, but not so much on the flood. So yeah, bombed up the road as quickly as I could, and hopefully we'll get a couple of 2.5 hours on the ebb, maybe a few hours fishing up. Hopefully there's a fish around. Now, I said I don't normally do that well in January. If there's a fish around, it's probably going to be a decent one. I hope. So, yeah. First cast in the water. Let's get on the cod. So, last time I was fishing was about 8 weeks ago. Fishing on the beach, and I was fishing some really heavy ground, so I'd only had pulleys tied up. But because I'm on a cleanish beach and there's only a few foot swell, I need some Pennel Paternosters because, well, they're my favourite rig. Don't miss bites. Very, very sensitive and nice and simple. So what I've done is I've got an 80-pound rig body, crimp, bead, 80-pound breakaway swivel, another bead, and then a crimp, and then a rig clip. And I've just crimped those in place. And then on the bottom, I've got a Gemini Solo splashdown with a rotten bottom hook link, and I think this is 25-pound rotten bottom doubled over. And then on that, sorry, I just keep looking up at my rod tip because I hate doing this. I wasn't expecting a fish, so I didn't tie any of my usual rigs. No, I'm going to miss a bite. I'm going to tie a long 30-pound amnesia snood. And just cut my tag ends and putting them there, and I'll take them back. Put them in my box in a bit. That's going to be longer than my rig body by quite some way, because I want the fish to pick up this big bait and feel comfortable and not feel any tension. Then I'll tie my hooks on in a wee bit. Currently got a pulley on. I just don't like them. I've tied an extra long snood on just so they, again, the fish might pick up the bait and feel, you know, no resistance to it, because there's not much swell at the minute. But they're just not very sensitive. You miss bites, so I much prefer fishing with a Pennel Paternoster on this type of mix to clean ground. Oh, vibration there, that looked a bit bitey. Cast well, really sensitive, and can easily hook fish, and they're simple to tie as well. So I'm going to let this big pulley, oh, that looked like a big bite. Big pulley swivel, big pulley squid do its thing, and then stick the pennel on for the next one. Well, this bait's had half an hour or so. There's a load of shouting going on down the beach. Some guys just caught looks like a canny one. You see a big tail flapping around and he's whooping for joy. So I've had absolutely nothing on this cast. So I'm going to get a fresh bait on. I love seeing someone catching a big fish like that. You're like, yes, come on, there's something around. Especially if you've had absolutely nothing for half an hour. So get in, there's fish about. Let's get that Pennel Paternoster on and get in amongst the fish. I'm gonna have to dip these in the water, I think. They're not defrosting at all. In fact, they're freezing up, if anything. Oh, it's freezing on my hands. There's next bait ready. Felt a little bit rocky there. Yeah. Just put a plain lead on as well. Whoops. Untouched. Still got carp coming out. Let's get next one in on the proper rig. Forecast said 4 foot surf. Well, that's the second bait in the water. I've got some movement on my rod tip, so I'm assuming that I'm cast over an edge or something. But it should be alright. Just speaking to a guy who he comes down here a fair bit. He says that fish that he's just brought in is about 7 pounds, so it's always encouraging to see something like that coming in, especially just, what, 100 yards from where you're standing. I know 100 yards can make a lot of difference on the beach, but still, Didn't catch on the first cast, which is always good because that means that we're not on for the curse of the first cast fish. But given the amount of rod movement and the small swell, I'm definitely over an edge. Doesn't matter though. Once a big doubler comes along and picks up me bait, it'll not be snagged at all. It's a beautiful night for fishing. A bit chilly, but there's no moon, a little bit of swell, good colour in the water, and loads of stars and shooting stars, so just going to kick back and enjoy it. Tackle wise, I'm going to keep a hold of my line just so I know. That leads in nicely. So line is, the line I'm using is £80 or £79 Daiwa J-Braid X8 in the multi-coloured. The rod is a 14-foot Any Fish Anywhere GBFS Pro, which is specifically designed for fixed spool and can cast 200 grams. And for a reel, I've got a Penn Battle 3 LC. You see that bite? I was busy farting around with my GoPro. It's not very big, but it's a fish. Typical. Always get a bite when the battery runs out on my camera. Didn't realise I'd cast so far. Oh. No wonder it hit like a train. It absolutely engulfed that bait. There we go, first fish of the night. That was only in for a little bit. Where's that circle hook?
Well, that looked a decent one when you were reeling it in there.
It's alright. It just, I think the water's so shallow, it just hit like a train.
Aye.
Nice, good start. Right, another bait. Slack water now, so hopefully you get one more before the tide starts flooding. Oh, there's rocks just under this water. I didn't want to cause myself a mischief. Oh no. Well, that went totally in the wrong direction. Almost 45 degrees off to the left. Damn it. Not the right spot. That's really pretty bouldery ground, but still, the fish could be in there. It just depends whether I can get it back. Yes, I've got one on the bank. On the bank? On the beach. Get in. So that is slack water. Probably get another hour of this and then or half hour even, and then start pushing in. I hope the fishing doesn't turn off. I've only just started going, so. Well, here comes the tide. That's slack water done. Gonna give this a couple more minutes and then get a fresh bait on, ready for the push up the beach. Oh, what a night. A couple of things would make it better though. Some fish. And a beer, I reckon. But I'll not be greedy and just the fish will do. It seems to be pretty slow. There's been, out of the 6 of us on the beach, there's only been 2 fish brought in so far. A 7-pounder on ragworm at this time of year. Random. And mine. So, as I said at the beginning, it's one of those nights where you're either going to get a decent one or not at all. Hopefully that wasn't my decent one and I get another one at the start of the flood. Oh. That was a bite. Not quite as good as the first bite I had, but there's a rattle nonetheless. It's not coming back though. Oh, that's me 5 minutes up with that. Definitely time for a new bait. Just moving back up the beach. I think this is going to be snagged. Oh yeah. Oh, that must be me lead. Me rig body, me snood would have given up by now. Oh. Oh, still got me lead. God, it's actually cold holding the rod as well. Oh, what's the damage on this? That was, don't know, got it all back somehow. Another untouched bait. So it seems that, as I said, there's no little fish around. Just if there's one there, then you get lucky. Right, time to freeze my hands off again. I often get asked why I don't make a second bait up while I'm waiting, like match styley. And I know you can argue that you've got more chance of catching a fish if you've got a line in the water. I used to always have a second bait made up while I was waiting, but since I started filming, I saw how many bites I was missing. So my theory is although this line isn't in the water for about 3 minutes, it does mean I can maximise any bites that I get. So there's no point in us missing bites with the line in the water. So I'd rather, wait these few minutes that it takes to, I mean, it doesn't take long at all to bait up. I'd rather wait and make sure that I do, as I said, maximise my bites. If I'm not seeing them, then it's not much good having a line in the water. It's also the same reason why I don't often fish with 2 rods. This beach is too flat. I've just moved up about 30 yards and in a matter of minutes the waves are pushing up again, so I'm just going to move back a bit. Feels like it's got fish on that written all over it. Oop, come on, the fish. Must be another one lurking around, surely. Oh, codnock. Oh, that was a good pull, that. Come on, you've got to come back. Such a slow pull down. Oh, come on, fish. I would have said that that was a reasonable fish, given the way the rod was pulled down nice and slowly. Oh. Yes. Well, it's not that big. But I'll take it, especially on the flood. Came back for a couple of little pecks and then just thumped it. Oh, it's on the surface. Oh, don't come off. Sorry?
That's the same one as the forks.
I think it's smaller. It looks almost identical, but I had a really good hit beforehand. The rod just went really slowly over. I don't know if that was the same fish that hit it, but well, I caught a fish on the flood. Second fish of the night on the flood. That isn't the fish that pulled my rod down first time, no way. They're more like little vibrations and like a double knock rather than a... Got really white tinges to all of its fins. Same as the pollack that I caught the other week. I wonder if it's something to do with what they're eating. Either way, I'm going to get this fella back. Off like a rocket, that one. Oh. Rag, most important thing for winter fishing. Yes, second fish, get in. I might just chuck that bait back out, stick some more cart on it, and yeah, may as well move back up the beach a little bit. So that's the fourth cast now. I've just moved slightly right because both the fish that I've had have come when I've cast slightly right, so I've moved that way and then I can cast straight out. Ground seems a little cleaner. Didn't get snagged, so hopefully that's a good sign. I know I've been saying that the doesn't fish very well on the flood, but we're about half an hour into it and that's fish on the shore, so give this one 15 minutes just because the squid had a bit of a soak beforehand, but whoo. Oh, whoa. Oh, I thought I was slack lined already there. There's a touch of weed on my line. I don't know whether it's the same, whether I've just caught some weed and it's in the swell, but nah, it wasn't a fish. Whoa, yes. Ooh. Oh. Well, that was a canny session. So what time is it now? It's 20 to 11. So not bad, what, 4 hours? Yeah, really enjoyed it. Nice and chilly. Got frost on my car window. It's -4 now by the looks of it. A little bit of a change for normally. Oh shit. Too busy thinking about filming. I've left me rod and me rod stand against the wall there. Back in a sec. That was nearly an expensive mistake. Yeah, really good session. Thoroughly enjoyed it, and it's not stupid o'clock either. Could have stayed longer, had enough bait too. But that last cast that I had, it just, yeah, I mean, I left that bait in for half an hour and it was just no bites. I think the fish were just moving through, or classic January, February conditions really. You either get one or you don't, rather than numbers. So yeah, I think I did alright. Wouldn't mind a 7-pounder like, but I've had one already this season, so that won't be too. All that's left now is the drive home, and to crack open a tinny when I get back, and maybe watch some YouTube fishing videos. Right, well, I really hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget to leave a comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and give us a thumbs up. That would be awesome. And until the next one, as always, tight lines.